Join Kids Hut family.
Tia, look! Mom gave me the gift money that Grandma had left for us when she visited. Mom said we can go and have lunch together with it.
Oh, that's awesome! Should we go now?
Yes, let's go.
We have some money left. Should we get some cake parceled for our cousin June? She will be visiting us this evening.
Why do you want to spend all our money, Tia? Grandma left it just for us. June doesn't have to know we went for lunch.
Okay. While we're waiting for the check, do you want to hear a story?
Oh, yes.
Once upon a time, the sun, the moon, and the wind went out for dinner with their uncle and aunt, thunder and lightning. Their mother, the star, waited for them at home.
Children, you can order whatever you like.
Oh wow! Thanks, Uncle. I am going to try a bit of everything.
And so the children had a delicious meal of countless dishes and desserts. None of them thought of saving anything for their mother except the moon. From every dish that was served, she hid a little piece in her hand to take it home to her mother. When they reached home, Mother asked how their dinner was.
Did you have a good time, children? Yes, Mother. The dinner was just lovely. Oh, was it? Did you get some for me? Oh, Mother, I had gone to enjoy myself, not to get you dinner. Hence, I didn't get anything for you. Wind, did you get me any dinner? I had gone to enjoy a dinner out, Mother. I didn't go to get you a dinner parcel. I didn't get you anything. Moon, did you remember to get anything for me? Yes, Mother, I did.
And she shook her hands. The most choicest dishes showered down from them.
Son, you went out for your selfish pleasures and completely forgot about your mother at home. Hence, you will forever be cursed. Your rays will always be hot and burn everything that comes near you. Men will hide themselves in your presence. Wind, you too did not care for your mother. You decided to selfishly enjoy the dishes by yourself. Hence, you too will be cursed. You will always accompany the heat, and men will cover themselves in your presence. My dear moon, because you thought of someone else besides yourself, you will always be cool and calm. There will be no mean heat or blinding light from you. People will always love you and call you blessed.
Tia, on second thoughts, you are right. We should take something for June. It is not right to think only about ourselves as we enjoy this lovely lunch.
I'm glad you agree, Tofu, and so I'll let you pick the cake.
Let's take her favorite one, chocolate.
Super! Hey guys! Hello! What do you want? Can I play with you guys? This is a game for big kids. Go away. Actually, why don't you stay to hear a story I was about to tell my brother? Okay, thanks. Once upon a time, there lived a king who had 12 beautiful daughters. He loved the princesses dearly. But one thing about them worries him a lot.
I cannot understand what my daughters do, because of which they need a new pair of shoes every morning. How can it be that their shoes are fine through the day, but in the morning they are worn out completely?
To find the truth behind his daughter's shoes, the king announced in the kingdom that anyone who uncovered the secret would be awarded handsomely. Many people came. But no one could understand how the princesses managed it. One day, an old soldier decided to go to the palace. As he was walking, he came across an old woman. "Where are you going?"
I am going to the palace. I would love to solve the mystery of the princesses and become a king one day.
That's not very difficult. Here, take this invisibility cloak and use it when the time is right. Nobody will be able to see you as long as you wear it. Just be wary not to drink the wine that one of the princesses will bring you. The soldier thanked the woman and went on his way to the castle. Once there, he went to meet the king.
I can find the truth behind the worn-out shoes of the princesses. If you fail, I will have your head cut off. And if I do it, you will allow me to marry one of your daughters. You have courage, young man. Very well. You will sleep in the princess's room tonight.
The soldier was introduced to the princesses and given a cozy bed in the princess's room. Just before he was about to sleep, a princess brought him a glass of wine. only pretended to drink it and lay down on his bed and pretended to sleep. After some time, the eldest princess came up to him and checked if he was asleep.
He is fast asleep, sisters. Let's go.
All the sisters got together and pulled out prettiest of their clothes and got dressed. All of them were excited except the youngest one.
I am not sure about this, sisters. I think something will go wrong tonight.
Oh, you simpleton! You worry unnecessarily. Nothing will happen.
Now come, let's go.
The eldest princess then went to her bed and clapped twice. The bed sunk to the floor and a secret stairway opened underneath. All the princesses followed one after the other. The soldier also quickly got up and put on the cloak. He then followed the princesses onto the stairway. But halfway through, he accidentally stepped on the gown of the youngest princess.
I am telling you, sisters, something is amiss. Someone has got hold of my gown. Don't be a fool. It might just be a nail. Now stop crying, or you will delay us.
All the princesses, followed by the invisible soldier, made their way to the bottom of the stairs. They found themselves in a beautiful grove of fruit-laden trees and flowers made of silver. Beyond the grove was a lake where 12 handsome princes awaited the princesses in 12 small boats. The princesses rushed to their beloved, each and got into his boat. The soldier sneaked into the boat with the youngest princess.
The boat is very heavy today.
I don't know what is happening today. Everything is wrong.
The princesses and the princes reached the other side of the lake. There was another beautiful grove there. It was lit with 1,000 lamps and music wafted throughout. Let's go, sisters. Everybody got off the boats and into the grove. The princesses and the princes danced with each other like there was no tomorrow. The soldier hid himself in one corner and watched everything. the princesses danced through the night. And when morning came, they returned to the palace and slept.
So, this is where the princesses go, and this is why their shoes wear out overnight. Let me see what they do tonight.
The soldier waited and watched. The same thing happened again. The next morning, the soldier told the king what he'd found out. The king called his daughters.
Is it true what the soldier has to say?
Yes, father.
Well, soldier, looks like you have earned your reward. Which princess will you marry?
I am not very young now, so I would like to marry the eldest princess.
The soldier and the princess were married on the same day, and he became the heir of the king.
Arrogance doesn't help people too much, does it, Tia?
No, it doesn't.
I am sorry. I was mean to you. We'll be back here to play tomorrow. Why don't you come and join us then? It's okay. I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Thanks for narrating the story, Tia. Bye-bye. Bye.
Hey Tofu, wasn't that your friend Joe?
Yes, it was.
Why didn't you invite him in?
He wanted to have a quick word. He was getting late.
Is everything okay?
I think so. Jim, he and I are working on a school project together. Our grades depend on it. But Jim and he are convinced that other students are also working on the same topic. They want to work on a new topic.
If your grades depend on it, you should listen to what they are saying.
But dear, I think they are just panicking. I don't think our grades will get affected much by a common topic.
Is there a chance of it happening though?
Yes, there is.
Okay, let me tell you the tale of the three fish, and then you can decide upon what to do. The Tale of Three Fish. Once upon a time, There was a serene lake full of different kinds of fish. One day, a few fishermen stopped by the lake.
Brothers, look at this lake. It is so big and clean. It has so many different kinds of fish too.
Yes, I agree. Look at those big fish there.
And because the lake is so clean, I am sure the fish are healthy too.
We never fish in this lake, but I think we should begin now. Yes, it is late today to throw the net. Let us come back early tomorrow morning and fish here. When the fishermen were discussing their plan, there were 3 fish that were swimming close to the surface of the lake. They overheard the entire conversation. They collected all the other fish in the lake and told them what they had heard.
The fishermen are going to come tomorrow and throw their nets to catch us all. I am going to leave this lake with my family tonight itself. Yes, I am also not going to stay here. I will also leave the lake with my family. We will find a new, safer home.
Look at you two, talking like cowards. Our forefathers came here to this lake and made it a home. Many generations before us have lived here. How can you even think of abandoning our home like this?
Listen to us, brother. Those fishermen will come tomorrow and kill everyone. Our scriptures say that when it is time for our death, there is nothing we can do about it. We cannot escape it. So let us stay in our home and face our death bravely.
Soon the fish were divided into 2 groups. Some of them agreed to leave, and some decided to continue living in the lake. The ones who had decided to stay laughed at the ones who were leaving, but those who had decided to leave paid no heed to their mockery and started leaving the lake through a small outlet. Let them go, brothers. Soon they will regret leaving their home. But it was not so. When morning came, the fishermen came back as planned. They cast their net onto the lake. They caught every single fish that had stayed back. None was spared, and the fishermen went back home happy to have found a lake full of so many fish. The only thing that the dying fish felt was regret for not having left the lake.
The fish had a warning of danger, yet some of them decided to stay back. That's what got them into trouble.
Yes. Don't you think you too have a warning of danger ahead?
Oh, you are right, Tia. I am going to tell Jim and Joe that we should change the topic for our project. Thanks, Tia.
Hey, there you are.
Hey Tofu, wait up! What's wrong with you? I have been waiting for you for so long, and here you are, just walking past me without even saying hi?
I'm sorry, Tia. I didn't mean to be rude to you. Sometimes I just can't understand my friends.
Okay, calm down and tell me what happened.
You know my friend Megan?
Yes, the shy one with the curly hair, right? The one who's always helping you out with class notes and assignments.
Yes.
Isn't she wonderful? I think you should also help her out sometimes.
Well, that's just what I did, Tia, and she is so upset with me now. She forgot her English assignment at home. So I did some of it for her and asked her to complete it and submit it. That's it. She got so offended. She hasn't said a word to me since then. And she won't answer me if I say something to her.
Oh, that's strange. But I don't think she is the only one who is uncomfortable with people try to help.
What do you mean?
Let me tell you the story of the Shoemaker and the Elves. Once upon a time, there lived an old shoemaker. He was an honest man, but with very limited money. He made really nice shoes, but could not earn enough for himself and his wife. One night, he was in his workshop when his wife came to him. What are you doing, dear?
I have this last piece of leather left. I am just cutting it out. We'll make a pair of shoes out of it tomorrow.
Is it the last piece? What will we do? There are no grains in the cupboard, no wood for the fire, and now no more leather.
Don't worry, my darling. Something will work out.
The old couple finished their housework, and before they went to sleep, the shoemaker put the leather on his workbench. The next morning, he got up early to make a pair of shoes out of the leather he had kept. To his surprise, instead of the leather, there lay a beautiful pair of shoes. He picked them up and observed them closely. They were made out of the same leather that he had put out the night before. He called his wife.
Dear, come, see this.
What a lovely pair of shoes! They are just perfect.
Yes, look at the stitches. They are so tiny and spaced so perfectly. But I didn't make them.
You didn't? Then who did?
I don't know. Why would someone help us like this?
I can't even think of anyone who can make such good shoes. You make the best shoes I have ever seen, and these are better than yours too.
I agree. Anyway, let us not get carried away. Let us put them in the display window and hope that we can get some money for them."
Just a few minutes after the shoemaker had put the shoes on the display, a wealthy merchant stopped outside his door. He paid a good sum for the shoes and bought them. The shoemaker was very happy. He went and bought food for the house. With the remaining money, he bought 2 pieces of leather. When it was night, his wife called out to him, "What are you doing? It's time for us to sleep."
"Yes, dear. I am just cutting out these leather pieces so I can stitch them into shoes tomorrow."
The next morning, when the shoemaker and his wife came down to the workshop, they were surprised to see 2 new pairs of shoes on the table where he had kept the leather pieces.
"Would you look at that? These shoes are even more beautiful than the first pair. Let me put them up for sale and thank whoever is helping us out."
Soon after, the shoemaker had put up the 2 pairs of shoes for sale. Other wealthy men of the town came and bought them. They paid a hefty price for them. The shoemaker bought more food supplies and leather from the money he got. Again that night, he cut the leather and kept it to stitch it in the morning. The next morning, he saw that the leather had been made into shoes again. And as soon as he put them up for sale, they were bought in exchange of good money. This went on for many days. The shoemaker started doing well. His business prospered and his shop would always be full with customers. One night, as they were closing the shop, the shoemaker had an idea.
"I cannot stop thinking about those who help us. Why don't we hide behind the cupboard tonight and see who it is?"
Yes, that's a brilliant idea. Let's hide and check out. After some time, they saw 2 elves enter the workshop through the crack in the window. They headed to the workbench and started making shoes from the leather kept there. Although they were making these lovely shoes for the shoemaker, they had no shoes on. They wore torn shirts and very thin tights. They did their work carefully and left through the window again.
"Oh dear goodness! Such kind elves they are! We must repay them."
Yes. When you go to the market tomorrow, get me some nice cloth. I will make clothes for our little helpers. The next day, the shoemaker got many fancy cloths and good leather, while his wife made beautiful clothes for the elves. He made soft shoes for them. When night fell, they placed the gifts for the elves on the table. They also laid out delicious food and treats for them. Then they hid behind the cupboard again and waited for the elves to return. When the elves came, they were overjoyed to see the gifts and the delicious food. They wore their new clothes ate stomachful and went on to make shoes for the shoemaker. Once they were done, they slipped out of the window.
I am so happy to see our little helpers happy.
Yes, and they looked so wonderful in their new clothes, didn't they?
Tonight, let's keep some more dinner ready for them. What do you think?
Yes, dear. That night, the shoemaker and his wife again kept dinner for the elves. But tonight, they did not hide behind the cupboard. Instead, they went to sleep. The next morning, when they came to the workshop, the shoemaker and his wife were disappointed to see that the dinner plates remained untouched. Even the leather that the shoemaker had cut out and put on the table remained as it is.
I wonder what happened to them.
Maybe they will come tonight?
Yes, let's hope so.
The shoemaker and his wife again kept the food for the elves, but were disappointed in the morning as the elves did not show up in the night. They waited for the elves many nights, but they never returned. Do you think they overheard us?
Perhaps they did. Elves are very shy creatures. They usually like to be left alone.
What will happen to the shop now?
Oh, it will be fine. I will miss my little helpers, but I will manage.
The shoemaker went back to making the shoes himself. His shop continued to prosper, but he and his wife always remembered the elves and remained thankful to them for their help. So you see, Tofu, some people are willing to help but are too shy to take help from others.
Yes, Tia, I understand now.
Also, it doesn't mean that you have to be angry with them. You can be thankful to them in your heart.
Thank you, Tia. If you wouldn't have shared this with me, I think I would have lost a very good friend. Now, when Megan tells me she doesn't want my help, I will respect that more.
Good to know that. Now let's go home. I am very hungry.
Tia, I have good news.
Really? What is it, Tofu? Tell me quickly.
I have the option to become a part of either of the teams. Both teams want me for the next week's match.
That's wonderful. So, what have you decided?
I haven't decided as yet, Tia. I'm thinking I should see which of the two teams does better in the next few games. Then I will join the winning team.
That's not the right approach, Tofu. It shows you to be cunning and disloyal.
Why?
Well, let me tell you the story of the bat, the beast, and the birds. The bat, the beasts, and the birds. Once upon a time, in a dark jungle, there broke a dangerous fight between the beasts and the birds. We will not tolerate the beasts anymore. They feed on us, make praise out of our children, and behave as if they are the rulers of the jungle.
Yes, we agree with you, our leader.
But we need more support from other birds. Currently, we are losing. We must reach out to every bird in the jungle to join our army. We shall find strength in numbers. What do you say, Minister?
Everybody has agreed. We just need to ask the bats now. I am sure the bats will help us win.
Very well then. Invite the leader to our court. The bat leader was invited to the court of the leader of the birds. Bat, we are in a war against the beasts. Why don't you join us? The bat leader wasn't sure that it wanted to join an army that was losing.
I am honored by your offer, but I am afraid I cannot join you. I am, after all, a beast.
A few days passed. The beasts started losing.
We need to grow our army, otherwise the birds will defeat us. They drink from our lakes, live in our trees, yet they behave as though they have more rights on the jungle than us. Minister, who can help us win?
My leader, the only ones who have not joined the fight as yet are the bats. We could ask them to join us.
Very well. Invite the bat leader to our court.
And so the bat leader was invited to the beast's court.
Bat, the war between the bird and the beasts of the forest is at its peak now. Whoever wins this last battle shall win the war and rule over the jungle. Why don't you join us and help us win? You too will rule the jungle along with us.
But the bat was once again unsure that it wanted to join the losing side with the beasts.
I am honored by your offer, but I cannot join you as I am a bird.
Just before the final battle was to take place, both the bird and the beast leaders met. They were both upset by the losses their armies were suffering and decided to make peace with one another. The war was called off.
We will not fight anymore.
Yes, we will live in peace now. The whole jungle celebrated the new peace in the land. When the bat leader heard of this development, he went to the birds and asked to be a part of the celebration. But the bird leader remembered how the bat leader had refused to help the birds during the war and turned him and his kind away. No bird would even talk to them now. The bat leader knew that if he took his people to the beasts, they would simply tear them apart. And so he did not approach them. Hence, he and his entire kind lived in isolation without any friends in the jungle.
Oh, I don't want to be alone, Tia.
In that case, Tofu, you should not behave cunningly like the bat leader, and you should inform the team that you want to join right away.
Yes, Tia, I will do that right away. Thank you, Tia, for making me understand this. For your favorite rhymes, stories, and more, join Kids Hut family. Subscribe here.